to ETS. I'm Donna Lopez. This is your channel message for December the 15th through to the 21st. If you're new to my channel, welcome. All right, let's see what they have. Well, it's right away. They want to put my fingers on my table here and start tapping them. And it's like, oh, I'm so antsy. I can't wait. There's some new things happening. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get in control. I'm going to take over. I'm going to make things happen. And for some of you, you are artists because they put a paintbrush in my hand. So there's some artwork or some sort of painting that you can't wait to get a hold of to do some new projects with. For others of you, I see you making broad strokes in life. It's like I'm ready to really put myself out there. I'm ready to really get my energy out there, and I'm going to succeed. I just feel real happy, so grounded and so centered and peaceful in this. It just feels wonderful. Also, for others of you, they're doing this with my fingers because they're saying, well, I want to tell them, but should I tell them? I want to tell them, should I tell them? And it's like, I'm going to hold my chin up and I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them what I think. I'm going to tell them what I need. And I'm going to ask that they consider some changes around me and maybe perhaps your significant other even as well. But I feel good about this because whoever this is, it's like they've put a lot of thought into it and they're not afraid to share this, but they're ready, but they're wanting to be very, very considerate in what they say and how they say what they say. For some of you, I see those in the nursing field taking because they just took nursing shoes on. They showed me the old school kind that used to be like big, ugly white loafers, really. So we're talking way back, But it's like a lot of nurses are stepping out of their career and moving on. I'm hearing into information technologies. I feel as though I know a lot of things have moved into more of a teleconference kind of a system or way, but it's almost like moving out of hospital structures or working for a corporation like that and doing more health teleconference work to meet my needs much better. I just feel it's just better all the way around. Less physical work, less conditional working conditions, and the hours are better. Yeah, it feels really good for so many of you because so many of you are nurses at heart. It's funny because my arm just started to hurt a little bit. So some of you are dealing with a little bit of it's like more of this part of my forearm right here. So they're working with this, like there's some sort of a pain right in here that some of you are dealing with. Well, what I'm hearing that this is a physical pain. It's like I just can't elaborate on it. But they're saying that you're going to start to access more ways of taking more self-care for yourself as a result of this, because it's almost like it's a messenger for you. For a lot of you, it's just straight up. It's funny because many of you will not know Jackie Gleason, but he'd always say to his wife on the show, "To the moon, Alice, to the moon," like he was gonna take her to the moon, punch her to the moon. They loved each other, you could tell, but they had that kind of a funny relationship, at least on TV. So whatever this is, though, because the first thing I saw was like a finger going up, and so it's like to the moon, like going all the way up. So for many of you, you're going to be going all the way up to the moon and back, which it would be a saying too of like, in that saying, he's being funny, but it's like I'm going to go beyond what I think is possible, because in the 40s and 50s, that's what we didn't think the moon was possible. We had not traveled to the moon yet. And so to the moon and back, they're just the happiest ever. So there's a lot of joy and lightness coming in for many of you. A lot of you are too. You are really wise people. It's like, they're saying you're testing your wisdom. Like, do I really know that? And they're saying you really do know it. Wisdom comes from doing, not from talking about it, but from the doingness of it. And you have lived that wisdom. There's also, it's like I hear concrete answers. You help give people concrete answers, solutions that they just don't see or aren't aware of. And the universe is just giving you a big pat on the back and thanking you for that. Many of you are teachers that are doing this as well. The universe is giving you a big hug. A lot of you have taken deep, big emotional strides, but for many of you, it's like, I just don't know if I can do this anymore. Even though you're in kind of a timeout phase of having to really emotionally dig so deep, it's kind of like, I just don't know if I can do this anymore. And right when you say that, all of a sudden you're able to just relax and let go. It's like you're done. Like you're done with that emotional work that you had been doing, the deep emotional strides that you had been doing. And it's time for you to relax. And it's going to be a good period for many of you that have been struggling that way. I hear all the way up until February. It's not that it's going to end at all. It's just you're going to have that relaxation feeling. Think of it like this: being in a rowboat and somebody just pushes it off, and you just lay on your back and you get over to where you need to be without even trying. All right, so that whatever you're needing is just going to come right to you without you even trying to get to it. A lot of you are starting to notice a lot of details, little things that you didn't notice before. Not in a way of being picky, but it's like, I didn't know that was there. Oh, well, look what I found today. Or, oh, I just thought that thought and you said it. And, you're starting to, because I'm getting that hit of like, somebody watching me, am I being led? Oh, imagine that. Yes, you are being led, but you're starting to awaken to it and notice the little things, the little ways that you are being led. And when we notice those little ways, that's how the bigger ways come in. So we have to quiet ourselves and not look for concrete things like we do in the third dimensional world, but also be aware of all the things around us left in this dimensional world to feed us, to help us, to lift us up. You think of the wind, the sun, the ocean, the rivers. You think of a nice neighbor. You think of a smile somebody gave you. You think of how you needed something and somebody just happened to have it. It's just all these ways that you're being loved, and you start noticing the little things, and then all of a sudden it starts to brew and it starts to get bigger and bigger, and then it's bigger things. Okay, so a state of gratitude, and that's what you're all starting to get in tune with and aligned with. Some of you, it's like I'm not going to carry the burden for others any longer. It's as though you've been carrying the weight, not so much like responsibility, because what they showed me was like sand in your shoes, but the sand was kind of thick in there and kind of heavy. And it's like, and it makes your feet heavy, it's harder to move forward. All right. And so it's like you're lightening up. In other words, you're not taking on others' responsibilities, and you're lightening up and you're moving forward on the path that's right for you. Like, I don't need to do what they want me to do or what they expect of me. That's something that you're choosing to do. It's not physically arduous, but it's just you're not in your own energy. Okay, you're in their energy and not in your energy. Summertime, they're bringing in summertime all the time, all of a sudden. Now that's special for me. That's a little hint for me. So, but summertime all the time is what I'm hearing, and I don't know exactly what that means. But if any of you know what that feels like, when it's summertime and if you enjoy the best moments of summer, that's the energy, which is relaxing in the warm sun and, just wanting to be outside, feeling more energy, etc. So enjoy all of that. Well, I see something, I hear construction and work construction. I see something, the framework of something completely built up, and then somebody going in and going, we're going to reconfigure that structure. You're not gonna have to redo the whole project, but because I don't feel arduous with this. I feel that this has to do with also structuring the way that corporations are structured, or a workforce is structured. The structure from the top is going to change and be more of an open hand policy. Like, when you need us, you can just come right in and we will work with you. Open communication, just it's going to open up. So however your work life is happening, and also this would be also very literal, that if you happen to do that type of work with construction, and the job gets shifted and changed, just know that those changes are going to be for the welfare and the well-being of everybody, because there's other little details they're putting in and around it that are going to be so useful and so good. I would say, if anybody's familiar with what OSHA is, OSHA makes sure that there's safety on job sites. And it's a wonderful thing to have. And it's helped a lot of people. And it's like having an OSHA on the job site where they're making sure that the well-being and the safety of everyone is first. Right, let's see what they have here. It says, trust the niggle. What is niggling? What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Attention. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. Twin flame. Angus. So you'll be meeting somebody that is the other part of you. Meaning, we all have positives and negative aspects of ourselves, and not all the negatives are that bad. Sometimes, say if you're like a critical person, well, if you need somebody to be critical in a time where a decision needs to be made, that's a person you need. So even though it can be a negative, it's also a positive. So you're going to be meeting other aspects of yourself. So just know, and you may harmonize with it and really enjoy it, but many times it can be just the other aspect of yourself. Like you have qualities that you like about yourself and qualities that you don't like, but some of those qualities that you don't like are actually the things that actually, when they're used properly, really assist. All right, so be mindful. All right, with that, namaste.